Not that I have magical power, but I can see through the walls and the roof. Thousands of holes in everywhere. I call them 5,000-star hotel. And it's pretty cheap. Yeah. It was in one of the houses, the mud houses that I stay. Most of the time I climb up the roof and sleep. We don't have a staircase, huh? You have to kind of climb the wall with your finger in. Because the wall is mud anyhow. Often the scorpion come up to the roof like me, do yoga exercise and then meditate like big deal. In the morning when I woke up and said, "Ooh, what is that?" And he raised his head and said, "It's me." It's me, Scorpio. Before my ex-husband came, there was another friend who came. He brought there with the trend like survival into 24 centuries, things like that. With raw food, sprouts and wheat germs. And he said, "Oh, I don't have anywhere to go." So I said to him, "You can use my room until you have next room. I don't sleep here, and daytime I'm gone, and nighttime I sleep in the roof."
Klaus, how can I make you understand what I mean when I say I absolutely adore you? And I'm going to keep sleeping on the roof. In any case, it will soon be time for me to be pressing on you.
My ex-husband went to India to find me. Meanwhile, he was miserable, and they tried to tell him that, you should not worry about your wife. You should worry about your soul, And at that time, he already knew that I was in Rishikesh. Yeah? So he said to the, my soul is in Rishikesh. And then the next morning, probably my ex-husband came. Okay? But I said to him, well, this is the last day of my 7 days retreat in the middle of the Ganges River. So would you please wait for me until the evening and I come back? But that day, I couldn't go by boat. There was so much wind and rain. The Ganges water became like an ocean. So I had to turn around and walk many miles upstream. It's about 7 o'clock or more when I reached my place. But my husband already gone. I found my friend. I recognized it was a movie camera that was belonged to me before I left him. And I said, "What was that?" He said, "Oh, he gave me this movie's camera. Your husband asked me where do I stay. I say, I stay here." In your room. And sleep in your bed.
Rolf? Here? When?
Oh, just now.
Well, where is he?
No, he left. I sent him away.
What?
Okay, he left. He was pretty angry.
But why?
Because we're living together?
That's ridiculous. Did you tell him the truth, that I sleep on the roof and you're here temporarily until you find your own hut? Which way did he go, Klaus?
That way. No, wait. That way.
I ran to the bus stop, find him, but then he's gone. He left and I come, just like those sad romantic movies. I went to the post office and tried to call him, but to call Delhi from there is like you contact the moon or Mars, Just hello, and then whoop, cut. Finally, I got through the message. "You misunderstood. Please come back immediately." And I waited and waited and waited. I don't see any reply. A few days later, I left. I went to further higher region to go to visit those, like Ganges tree. And then suddenly, there were two big hands behind me, cover my face like this. And I was struggling to get free. And there was a voice, very familiar. Happy birthday. And I turned around, there he was, my husband. We had the same birthday. Yeah. So I said, okay, happy birthday to you. And then we traveled together up there. I didn't have to explain anymore, because he know.
Do not forget our memory, for love is the one and only.
Who says the world is ephemeral? When we are together, it's eternal. Dream and life merge in unison when our souls are one.
When I was in the Himalaya in India, I don't have much money. I have to stretch my money very long. So I don't know how long I will stay there. Sometimes I just eat chapati and peanut butter. And chapati I made myself too. It's even cheaper than buying it. I lived through like that many, many months. Sometimes eat only raw food. If I go to high altitude, the air is too thin or I don't know. Can't cook. You can, but it takes half a day to boil a little 2 centimeters of water. It's okay. Even in winter, you can pick some of the herbs, some of the wild plants in the Himalaya and can eat them. As you know, I don't even have a tent. Can you imagine in the Himalaya, no tent? I can't afford to carry so many things. I could hardly carry myself. Where you go, the higher you go, the heavier it becomes. The same luggage became heavier.
Finally, I'll find what I've been searching for. Casting aside riches and comfort and oh, I'll search for God everywhere.
And I was walking all by myself with a stick and with a sleeping bag on the stick. That's all I had, with a pair of Punjab clothes in there. It's like a tunic with the trousers, that's it.
Where's the source of the Ganges? Straight ahead. The temple at Benares. Straight ahead. The Himalayas peak. Straight ahead. Straight ahead, straight ahead. Is everything straight ahead?
I used to have some kind of plate, to cook chapati or to have rice on it. Later on, I throw it away too. I cannot bear even very thin, aluminium-like, very thin and light. I cannot have it even. And the spoon, it was made of kind of, a stainless steel, and it was a little bit thick but small. But later then, I throw away also. And the knife, throw away everything. All day long, my feet were wet because my walking shoes are kind of sport shoes like you. And the snow melt inside. And it's always wet and cold. When I open it at the destination, it's swollen like that. And so cold, I could not even move. It's still there, but I cannot move the toes.
Your door is forever forbidden. Every time I approach, it shuts aloof and cold.
I wasn't equipped. I went all over places together with the bears and snakes and rattlesnakes, and scorpion and all this. And I have only 2 pairs of clothes. I'm thinner than this. I run in the Himalaya. I don't catch cold ever. And the clothes are so wet. They don't dry. And I don't have money to buy even wood. I just stand around people who has fire, and hang my clothes with my hands. So a little heat would come, and the clothes would dry quicker, better than nothing. And meanwhile, you keep a little bit warm. I would walk all over 11,000 feet high, 20,000 feet high, sometimes above sea level, just to see the master. Maybe not easy to find. Many people would die on the road because of the landslide, snowstorm, and road damage. Sometimes the whole bus just washed down together with the sudden flush of water or sudden fall of snow, from the mountain. Nobody survived. I went one time with the bus, and the mountain was collapsing in front of us, and then covered our bus. It was very chaotic, About 60 people on the bus, and already the stone falling down. Where can you go now? In front is stone, on top is stone, behind is stone, and under here is a deep cliff, huh? And if you run down there, you become sand, dust. Yes, you cannot even find your bone. Become dust. Truly, it's so deep, So where can you go now? Yeah, and everybody was panicking and tried to open the bus and run out. I say, if you run out, you die. Sit down and repeat your mantra. Pray to your master, whoever it is. So everybody did that, and then suddenly the mountain landslide stopped. It's supposed to rushing down, and it just suddenly stopped. So everybody came and thanked me.
To the sound of water and the birds.
The place where the Ganges River first originates is called Gango Tree. A lot of people go there to take a bath in summer, and they believe that they clean their sin. Normally they come there and just splash some water on their face, because the water is so cold. It just came from the ice, just a little bit, like zero degree, and the water just flowing ice. I went there and did exactly the same. But then I thought, then only my face and my hand are cleansed of the sin. How about the rest of my body? That won't do. So I jump in. Oh my God! Trời đất ơi, lạ quá. Lạnh muốn chết. I jump in, I have to count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have to jump out. If you don't jump out after 5, you never jump out again. And you will float out, to the plane like this. And become one of the many.